Hi Steve, not an anxiety specialist here, and I'm still having my time off, but I thought I'd make a quick little video today about depression. I'm getting so many different messages about depression these days, probably more so than anxiety at the moment. And the difference with treating depression and anxiety is quite often with anxiety, there is some little techniques you can use just to help to almost immediately alleviate anxiety. Whereas with depression, it's a little bit different. There doesn't tend to be like a technique you can use. There's not so much of a, let's just try this little technique and that'll get rid of depression. With depression, it's a little bit different. And this is what we need to do. When people have got depression, you've got to do what I call a mental inventory, which is we've got to really find out what is the cause of depression. And generally, there isn't just one thing that's causing it. There are so many different aspects of depression that you can't use a technique for it. So one of the things I do when I'm working with depression is I go through that person's history and I look at their life, where they are now, and look at what factors might be causing that depression. So I go through everything like, you know, what's your relationship like? What's your relationship with your partner like? You know, do you have a partner? What's your relationship with your children like? What's your work like? What's your job? What's your lifestyle like? Are you exercising? Are you eating good food? Are you getting enough sleep? Are you having time for yourself? Are you having time to actually enjoy life? Or are you just this person that's just like a robot just working for everybody else? Are you just like this like mum character who just like lives for the kids and only thinks about everybody else? There's so many different aspects that can create depression. Is that you can't just throw a pill at it and say, well, let's just take a pill and make myself happy, because all the pills in the world won't change depression if you don't change the causes of depression. Quite often it's your perspective that needs to be looked at, the way you look at things, the way that you feel about yourself, the way that you feel about past events. There are so many different aspects that can cause depression. And when I'm working with people, I like to do a really thorough job with that. You know, when you go to the doctors, they haven't got time to do what I do with people. You know, they've almost got that prescription written out for you before you've even turned up, and they're going to fob you off with something. Whereas what I like to do is really look at the dynamics of your life to find out what's actually causing this. Let's look at all aspects of it, and that way, once we found out what's causing it, we can then work at making those little changes to improve it. And yes, you have to make some changes in your life and your lifestyle if you want to get rid of depression. You can't just keep doing what you've always done and expect to get a different result. And that is just impossible. So depression is one of those things that you really have to look at every aspect of your life and see what little changes we can make. There isn't like a super technique or even a hypnosis technique that you can just click your fingers and make someone's depression go away. It is something that we need to work at and look at completely and do a thorough, proper job with that. So I hope that makes sense. And if you've been struggling with depression and you want to talk to me about that, you know, I always put links on to have a little chat with me. You can have a 30-minute chat with me. And it's amazing what we can go through even on that 30-minute chat. We can really start to knuckle down the reasons for it. So if you're struggling at the moment with depression, get in touch. And we don't always have to go through the medication route. As you know, that is not curing anything. It is merely just papering over the cracks. So, hope that makes sense. And I'll see you again soon for another video. Have a fab day.